Yes, you are.
For what?
For wearing the mask in public.
Let me see that. What it said.
I want to read it again.
No person, defense of the breach of the peace. See?
No, it's not funny.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Because it's my rights. Like, I'm standing up for my rights. So my right, my Fourth Amendment right, says that you cannot seize my identity unless I have been I'm suspected of committing a crime. You have yet to articulate.
Imagine walking into a public building, exercising your First Amendment right to record, only to be confronted by aggressive security guards and public officials who don't understand or don't care about the law. That's exactly what happens in today's video. A group of citizen journalists attempt to document inside a government facility, only to be met with hostility, demands to stop filming, and even threats of removal. But the tables turn when an informed and professional officer steps in, proving that the difference between a bad and a good police interaction is simply knowing the law. Will the journalists be forced out, or will their rights prevail? Stay tuned to find out.
I gotta leave. Where's Waldo, dude? Hey, can I get a piece of paper? I need to get an incident report number because we just had police come up on us at around 1 o'clock when we were walking them on.
It won't be basically whenever.
We'll put it in a FOIA request.
Okay.
Yes,
well,
ma'am.
I'll give you 44.
Thank you, ma'am.
Don't not only this, and this just goes over all the pertinent information that you probably, I'm sure, already know. But there
Did
could.
you get the number, please? For the call concern out there? Yeah, I got it. Yeah, can I get that real quick?
You don't get it.
Okay.
No, you have to.
But you're going to have to remove the alternate
For what?
for the signal
Let me see that.
that I was showing you. I asked you to Google it. So you can remove your mask or you'll be charged $500 fine. And if you fail
Well,
to
you can ask us to leave and we can leave.
No, I'm not asking you to leave. You can stay all you want, but you can take this mask off.
Well, we're not doing that.
Then
We're not going to get fined.
you can be arrested.
No, we can't.
Yes, you are. It's against the law.
You can ask us to leave.
You're under arrest at this point if you're
We're not.
refusing. Yes, you are.
For what?
For wearing the mask in public.
Let me see that. What it said.
I want to read it again.
No person, defense of the breach of the peace. See?
No, it's not funny.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Let me get my ticket. I can see how this is.
That's private property. This isn't private property.
That's in public.
That's in private property right there. Meeting and demonstration in private property. Private. This is public.
Mm-hmm.
This is public. I suggest you guys reread this.
Okay.
Because this is not a private place. This is public.
Okay.
So yeah, it would be an 18-242-1983 lawsuit.
Okay.
This is public, right? You work for the people, right?
And I just say that. That's all I want.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm going to give you BS.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
you're welcome. Hey, do you want me to make you a call?
Yeah, if you will, please. And that says private. That says in private.
Public.
That says right there. I suggest you go read it.
I can't have her come to court.
I suggest you go read it again before you make a mistake, Mr. Boots.
I'll take that mistake. I need your ID.
There is no ID.
That you're under arrest. You don't provide the information.
I don't have to take it. Says in private. It says what day you're in private venue during the demonstration.
Read it again.
I'm not doing it. I did. Go get it. Go get it. No, I didn't read the private one. I read the private
I'm not
one.
going to argue it.
I read that. And I'm not committing a crime.
Do you want to be arrested?
I am
or
not
not?
committing a crime.
You are. We're in basket.
No, I'm not. I'm wearing a mask in public.
Yeah, but
That's not illegal.
It is.
Fifth Amendment. Fifth Amendment.
Fifth Amendment doesn't have anything to do
Yes,
with
it
that.
does. Fifth Amendment has nothing to do with it. I read somebody identity. I have the violation of committing a crime, sir. I suggest you go read it. I suggest you go read it, sir. I suggest you go read it, sir. I do it again because this says in private. Yes, sir. In private. Get it, sir. Go get it. Go read it again.
Tell me what the
Go read it again. You're going to tell me, sir.
Yeah, I'm going to show you how I work for you.
You work for me.
Yep.
I don't think so.
I do think so.
You're not allowed to touch me. I do not touch you. You're under arrest, sir. You are under arrest. You turn around and mask and put it there. Mask and put it without a crime. It is not a crime. That is not a crime.
Sir,
That is not a crime. But you're making a mistake. You're making a mistake. It's not around your back. Read it. I'm around your back. It said in private. You know what I'm doing? It said in private, sir.
just a second.
It said in private, sir. Look. I'm reading, and it said in private.
Listen to it. No personal.
I'm reading. I am reading the saying. It said right there. You just highlighted. It said right there.
Put your hand behind your
No
back.
motion. That's why I was going. I am not resisting arrest. I am not putting your hand behind your back. Unlawful.
It's not a
It's unlawful.
We showed you the
This is
law.
unlawful. It's right there.
Sir, put your hand
Right
behind
there,
your back.
bitch.
Put your hand behind your
Right
back.
there, bitch.
Apparently you didn't read the whole thing.
I read the whole thing. It said in private. If it's not in the land, that's not.
Yes. Put your hand behind your back.
That's not.
You're getting resisted arrest.
I did not do anything.
Yes, you did.
I did not do anything.
That's what I told them.
I did not do anything. And you're hurting my wrist.
Not my fault.
My wrist is hurting.
You're going to resist, right?
Ow!
Interupon.
Oh, you're cursed.
Listen to me.
I'm not doing anything wrong, man.
16 years of age.
It says
Enter any lane, walk, alley, street, or road.
my left wrist
Highway of this state.
My left wrist is an issue.
That means you can wear that on the road or
I
anything.
didn't resist anything. I'm reading a piece of paper. Yes.
Just read
That's all right.
I am reading a piece of paper. You are making a huge mistake. You are making a huge mistake.
Okay.
Relay says that hurt my wrist is like this, done. I'm reading.
He's trying to fix it. He's
trying
trying to fix it.
Ah.
Wait. Do you want me to get the?
Ah,
Here, let me get the back.
ah,
It's okay. We got
ah, God.
It's on. That.
It said, you see what it said, the private? I'm not, I just can't believe it.
Roadway.
It's not, imagine talking about that. I'm in a public place. You're in a public place.
It's okay. It's all right.
Oh, God, I'm not resisting.
It's okay.
I know I did not.
Yes.
No, I did
That's
not.
on camera. That's okay. You got your camera too.
I did not resist.
Can't get that all.
I'm hurt.
Yes.
I can't get that all.
I am hurt.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, but I'm hurt. I did nothing wrong. Look, it says it. When these two information shall appear into upon any land where all state, where in public, where however of this state, or upon public property of the state, or any municipality in court in this state, or in a master device that was concealed an identity, nor shall any such person demand interest or admission into any of the premises. And this is funny, this is Halloween too, guys, everybody. Just move back, this is Halloween. That's what you're doing. But hey, any person where running back to the back, concealing identity, participate in any demonstration upon the private property, unless he has fair paternity commission. And this is, see, that's in the commission of not committing a crime, bro. I'm not committing a crime. That's not a crime.
This is a public building.
That's not a crime.
Well, when you have a phone day where you can explain that to judge.
That was not a crime.
Okay.
Here, take the camera.
Is this yours?
That is,
I'm going to keep that for evidence.
what? Well, okay. That's fine.
Is this a copy? Or can I?
It should be a CR.
Oh,
I did nothing.
It'll be a cash fine.
I did nothing.
Yes, okay.
Nothing. The cash fine? This is a site, yeah, can I get my backpack, please?
Yeah, but this would have been a cash fine until you decided to resist.
I didn't resist anything.
Yeah, okay.
I did not resist.
That's why it's on your camera and mine.
I did not resist.
Right.
I did not resist.
Excuse me.
No, not at
I
all.
at least grab my
No,
water
it's
bottle. I
unlawful.
grabbed my water bottle out of the bag.
Yes,
It's on the inside.
it is unlawful.
Just,
That's awful.
sorry, it was a long one. It was just a walk here. Is it? Right.
Where y'all from?
Here.
Here in Barnwell?
Yes.
That's the law.
No, the law.
Did you see what the law states?
Oh,
Yes.
16.
When you're, that's during the commission of a crime, Bubba.
You were in the commission of a crime.
No, I wasn't. I'm filling out a
You had
FOIA
to wear a
request.
mask, and I asked you
Filling out
politely
a
to take it
Freedom of
off.
Information Act request is not a crime, and you're turning that
I
off.
told
That's
you.
illegal.
I didn't
I'm
turn it
not allowed to
off.
turn my camera off.
I ain't touched your camera to
This
turn
is
it off.
Chief Butts. This is illegal.
Yeah.
You understand, man? Like I did nothing wrong. I'm trying to get you guys to avoid a lawsuit here.
Yeah.
Okay?
You might want to think about yourself.
This is an illegal search and seizure because I don't.
Nope,
I don't
you're under
consent.
arrest.
It's unlawful. It's unlawful.
It's not unlawful when
Yeah,
you're
it is.
under arrest.
You're breaking constitutional law. I have
No,
the
I'm
right
not.
to Fifth Amendment.
Yeah, you have the right to remain silent.
Fourth
You might want to
Amendment.
use it. It's not an illegal search and seizure.
This is
You
an
are
illegal
under
search and
arrest. No, sir, you're under arrest.
This is illegal search and seizure.
No, sir.
I mean, you're making a mistake, Bubba.
I'll take that chance.
I was filming in public. Yeah,
Yes,
you're
you
gonna
were.
take that
Wearing a
chance.
mask.
You're gonna take that chance.
Yeah, I'm going to take
You're
that chance.
an oath breaker, Bubba.
Yeah, okay. Doesn't that see?
You are an oath breaker.
Yep. You are. You're a lawbreaker.
This video is a perfect example of why knowing your rights matters. At first, we saw security guards and public officials try to enforce policies that do not override the Constitution. They failed to understand that public spaces, especially government buildings, belong to the people. But notice how the tone of the interaction changed. When a knowledgeable officer arrived, he recognized the journalist's rights and de-escalated the situation. This proves that the fight for civil liberties isn't just about defying authority, it's about educating those in power. The lesson here? Always record the police and government officials. Always question unlawful orders. And most importantly, never let anyone intimidate you out of your constitutional rights. Because if we don't stand up for them, who will? Imagine walking into a government building, simply requesting a report, when suddenly you're confronted by officers who claim that wearing a mask in public is a crime. What starts as a routine interaction quickly spirals into an illegal detainment and false arrest, all because these officers have decided to enforce their feelings rather than the law. In today's video, you'll witness firsthand how police officers use intimidation, threats, and even physical force to violate a citizen's constitutional rights. But the real question is, will they get away with it, or will justice be served? Stay tuned to find out.
What part of this are you failing to understand?
I'm not failing to understand anything. I think you're failing to understand.
I'm not.
Okay.
Okay. I'm here for a legitimate reason, and I'm trying to obtain your information so I can verify that you're here for a legal purpose.
Okay.
Okay?
I am here for a legal purpose.
Okay. And what purpose is that?
I am doing an inspection on a house.
Okay. And who do you work for?
Why is that important?
So that I can call and verify that you were here and that you were an employee.
Okay. So you want my information to verify that I am here for a legitimate reason. Why wouldn't you ask the homeowner who's standing behind me?
And I can.
Okay.
That's part of my investigation. But right now you're not cooperating with that.
I don't feel that I'm not I feel that I am cooperating.
We could have already been done and gone with
Okay.
this, okay?
Okay.
So I'm failing to understand why this is becoming such a process.
Because it's my rights. Like, I'm standing up for my rights. So my right, my Fourth Amendment right, says that you cannot seize my identity unless I have been I'm suspected of committing a crime. You have yet to articulate with reasonable suspicion a crime that I have committed. I have dispelled, I believe, any evidence of me committing a crime by telling you that I'm here, I am inspecting a house.
Okay.
So what crime have I committed? Or do you suspect me of committing?
Can I speak?
Go right ahead.
Okay. As I've explained multiple times, we got a call that said that you were taking pictures and approaching multiple houses. That you are currently at this house. Okay?
Yep.
Entering onto other people's properties.
Not a true statement.
Okay. And I don't know that because I have somebody who's saying that happened.
Okay.
People lie to us all the time.
Yes.
Okay. It's my job to investigate.
Yep.
And identify people who could be potentially committing crimes in the neighborhood, which in this case is the concern.
Okay.
All right. I need your identification.
No, you don't.
So that I can verify. Okay.
So I would suggest that you talk to the complainant.
This wrong? law.
This shit right here must be the most common and annoying thing that cops do. This cop is clearly trying to use the state as an authority that comes with a job to make her own will the law. But this guy clearly knows the law and he means business. And just to see how normal this is, leave a comment if this has ever happened to you and how long ago it was.
Can I request supervisor? I'm requesting a supervisor. I'm formally requesting a supervisor, Officer Matthews.
Okay. And I'm formally requesting your information. Not to mention...
Is that a lawful order?
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Okay.
You're attempting to use the color of law, which would be violating my rights.
I'm not violating your Fourth Amendment rights.
Yes, you are. You're attempting to. You have not done it yet, but you're attempting to. What's your name and badge number, please?
Right
Is
here.
that how you answer the judge?
This is right here.
That's how you answer the judge? You just point at your...
Right here.
Yeah.
You've seen her.
So Hickman, and your badge number is?
44. Right
44.
here.
Thank you.
The other concern is that if you are going house to house, which is the call that we got, is that you have to have a license in order to do that. So have you filed a license with the city of Battle Creek?
So that is if I am peddling or panhandling, which I am doing neither of which.
Which is also what we're trying to identify, right?
Okay.
Which is also a crime.
Okay.
So I do have a legal right to obtain your identification, as I've explained on multiple occasions.
So I am not peddling. Sir, have I solicited you for anything?
Do you understand why this is way more complicated than it needs to be?
Because I'm expressing my rights. I'm exercising my rights.
You're not
That's why it's a problem?
exercising your rights.
I am.
You're not. I've explained the legal right that I have to obtain that information.
No.
And you are
The
obstructing that investigation
secondary crime.
and not allowing me to further
So cite me give me a statute that tells me that you suspect me of committing a crime. Cite the statute.
a statute, sir?
Yes, you have to cite a statute.
I don't
You
have
have
to
to
cite.
supply me with
Already
reasonable,
articulated.
articulated suspicion
And I
of a
already-
crime. What is the crime that you suspect me of committing?
I've explained that multiple times.
Sir?
I don't know how else to explain that to you.
Can I talk to you for a second? Come in there and talk to you? Yeah. Yeah.
What we just witnessed is a clear abuse of power. Instead of upholding the law, these officers created their own rules, twisting ordinances to justify an unlawful arrest. The idea that a citizen can be detained, handcuffed, and threatened simply for wearing a mask in public is not just ridiculous, it's dangerous. This is why it's crucial to know your rights. The Fifth Amendment protects you from self-incrimination. The Fourth Amendment protects you from unlawful searches and seizures, and the First Amendment protects your right to record and question authority. If you don't know your rights, the police will assume you have none. So remember, always record the police, always question unlawful orders, and most importantly, never allow yourself to be intimidated into compliance with unconstitutional demands. Because if we allow this kind of tyranny to go unchecked, who's to say it won't happen to you next?